activity 48 just focuses on the law of nature, which we've seen that its essential feature is the principle, don't harm people. Don't harm other people, don't harm yourself. That is the principle of the law of nature. And it's explicit in Activity 48 when the founders talked about the law of nature. The law of nature is the law of God. And it's called the law of nature because it's understood as it's the law of God, not as revealed in God's revelation in the Holy Scriptures or the Bible, as they would say, but it's the laws of God given to human beings as can be understood by reflecting on human existence, using our reason. So Hamilton in letter A, who's quoting Blackstone, is saying that or actually, maybe these are actually Hamilton's words, and then he goes on to, I'm sorry, I'm going back up. I have to double check this. I think this is all Blackstone, but it's being quoted by Hamilton. But the main point here is that it's Hamilton who's using and quoting these things, and he's defining the law of nature as these laws that regulate the actions of human beings, that are given to human beings by the deity, by a supreme intelligence who rules the world. These rules of right and wrong are eternal, immutable, and everybody has to obey them. So he's not seeing things as, well, you have this culture over here, and they have their sense of right and wrong, and this culture over here, and they have their sense of right and wrong, and it's all good, it's all valid. And that is not the way that the founders of the U.S. understood things. They understood that there was a standard of right and wrong that was tied into human nature. Just think back to some of those principles we talked about earlier. Getting drunk and getting sick after you had too much alcohol is a human thing. It's true of all human beings in all places at all times. Getting sexually transmitted diseases as a result of sexual promiscuity is not something that's only true in one place or time, but wherever there's human beings, in any place, at any time in history, when they act this way, they get these diseases, and that's just part of human nature. So they would say that it's always wrong to harm an innocent person, rape somebody. That there's just some things that are right and wrong. And it's not up to each culture to define what's right and wrong. Each culture can and must be judged to the extent that they conform to these eternal principles of right and wrong. And the principal aim of society is to have laws that reflect this law of nature, that is coeval with mankind. It comes into existence when human beings do, because it's tied into human nature. Letter C, you have Adams again stating that in the supposed state of nature, where there is no government and all there is a law of nature, no human laws, then all men are equally bound by the laws of nature, or more properly, the laws of the Creator. Letter D, again, the eternal rules of order and right are ordained by heaven, according to Washington.